Hey, welcome back to the channel. So with 4 months to go, there's a crucial deadline coming up that you cannot afford to miss if you want to take any paternity leave. Welcome to Diligent Dad. I'm Andrew. It's my mission to the channel to support you in your early steps of fatherhood. First thing, Dad, as we get into this period with 4 months to go, the baby's senses are really developing at an extraordinary rate at the moment. And most importantly for you, the one that you can impact the most is that baby's sense of hearing, because as the baby's ears develop, that baby is able to now hear sounds from both inside the womb and outside, i.e., it can hear your voice, it can hear mum's voice. That voice is something that that baby, even now, is building a recognition of. Okay, and that recognition of your voice and of mum's voice is something that when the baby hears it, when it's outside the womb, will make it feel safe. So if you want a baby that sleeps because it feels safe, you want to build that recognition in the baby from now, speaking to the bump on mummy's tummy, and maybe even singing to it, playing it music you may intend playing to it whenever you want it to feel particularly safe after it's born. But certainly, as much as you can, and I know it feels a bit weird, but to speak to that bump and to maybe even sing to it if you can possibly muster up a few tunes, that is something that the baby, and I'm seeing it now with my own son, which is that whenever I walk into the room and the baby's maybe a bit upset, I don't see it myself, but my wife and the baby's mum does say, "Oh, you've just heard your dad walk into the room. Our baby's currently 3 weeks, and he is already hear my voice, recognizing my voice. And when I walk into the room and speak, it calms him down. Dad, you want to be speaking to and singing to your little baby, even though they're 4 months away from being born." Secondly, if you've watched my other videos, you'll know about the qualifying week for paternity leave. If you want to take paternity leave, you need to let your employer know this month before the 15th week, before the due date, which is this month. You need to let your employer know of your intentions regarding paternity leave. I'll let you watch the other videos to go into much more detail on what's involved with the eligibility for paternity leave and what you're entitled to. But this month is the qualifying week. You and mum both need to make sure you're letting your employers know of your intentions with regards to leave around the baby. And the final thing that you should be aware that mum is going to start feeling, mum will start talking about it. Maybe she's done her own research. But that baby, as that baby gets bigger, it's going to be born in 4 months. That baby is now getting bigger and bigger and bigger inside mum. So that's why the bump is so obvious. That baby's going to have elbows and knees and feet and a head that's going to be getting into all different bits of mum's tummy, poking into her ribs, poking into her other organs, poking into her stomach, poking into her bladder, which is why mum has started getting up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night to go to the toilet. The baby probably is moving around all day long, but when mum will feel it the most is whenever mum is sitting still and stationary. So you'll hear mum talk about in the evenings and during the night that the baby moves a bit more. And actually, it's probably the baby's moving that much all the time. It's just that mum doesn't necessarily sense it all the time. So you can help mum just by reassuring her, getting mum to maybe recognize how much the baby moves so that if anything happens down the line, a medical professional like midwife or a doctor may well ask mum, is the baby moving as normal? And then at least if mum has a bit of a memory of how the baby has moved ever since about halfway through the pregnancy, then mum is able to give the answer to the doctor or the midwife and say, yep, baby's moving as normal. And that's a really big sign that the doctors and the medicals will look for to indicate that the baby is currently okay. And the final thing that mum might be feeling is something called Braxton hicks. Now, I will do a big separate video on Braxton hicks, but essentially these are mini contractions. They're like practice contractions, which mum's body will start doing maybe from about now, start doing these Braxton hicks, getting the muscles that will be required for this massive effort in about 4 months' time, getting them sort of starting to fire a little bit just by small contractions. And mum will be feeling maybe the occasional bit of back pain or a little pain around her stomach. That's probably going to be these Braxton hicks, body just getting ready and preparing those big muscles for the labour, which is hopefully going to happen in 4 months' time. But if mum isn't 100% sure and she's feeling a bit of pain, you can't write everything off as Braxton hicks or just the baby moving inside. So you're reliant on mum's sense of herself and sense of getting to know the baby by now. I was 6 months in. Um, If mum isn't 100% sure, she should always take the cautious approach and go to hospital, get seen to. It's worth um, getting that baby monitored if mum isn't 100% sure. You've been watching Diligent Dad. I'm Andrew. Hope this has been really useful. If it has, hit subscribe and the bell icon, and you'll be notified when I'm dropping new videos twice a week. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you soon.